You know what time it is when you see me. Get that crack pipe out of your mouths. We got a full-blown war on our hands. I woke up, I was fasting, I was just reading the Quran, being a good Muslim, and then all of a sudden, World War III kicks off.
A short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime.
The dominoes are all falling. Within days, not weeks, this has happened. Khomeini is now dead. There's a new political leader in Iran. Dubai is attacked. Abu Dhabi is attacked. Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Oman, so many different Khaliji countries were attacked. All the Middle Eastern flights have been grounded. The Strait of Hormuz is now closed. Iran controls it. And guess what happens next? Just have a wild guess. Oil is going to definitely spike. Inflation goes up. Emergency rate hike. Liquidity dies. Tech stocks crater. AI bubble pops. Bitcoin flash crashes. Margin calls cascade across every exchange. Full market capitulation. Will that happen? We'll see. What happens to the price of Bitcoin during a conflict? From 2009 to 2016, Bitcoin rose from $0 to $1,000. We had the Iraq War. Bitcoin rose also during that time. It was a bull run and it went all the way to $20,000. We had strikes in Syria in 2019. During that time, Bitcoin was at $1,200 and continued to rise. But the most important one was during the Iran war. During this event, the American regime killed Qasem Soleimani. He was an Iranian major general who commanded the Quds forces. He was killed during that time. He was widely regarded as one of the most powerful figures in Iran and a chief architect until his death in 2020 at Baghdad International Airport. Bitcoin jumped from 6,800 all the way to 8,000 within days. Markets moved risk off mode during that time. One of the clearest cases where geopolitical tension boost BTC. Key patterns are very important. Bitcoin does not follow war consistencies. Bitcoin actually follows, we've been saying this for a long time, liquidity, money printing, interest rates, risk appetite, and market cycle timing. Geopolitical shocks usually have sudden drops or spikes, that's all. But the main driver of Bitcoin is liquidity, the money printer, interest rates, appetite, and cycle. We are still in a vicious bear market, and we've been covering this for a very long time, so do not act surprised here. Don't act all shocked here on this channel. I've been saying this for the longest. I've been saying this, that Bitcoin will head down lower. Now the problem we have today is that it's not followed this fractal to the T. Matter of fact, we couldn't even get to $61,000. How pathetic. The bulls couldn't even take it to the higher ranges of $74,000. Pathetic. Instead, it looks like sellers are in control. Now, on Monday, we've said this so many times. On Monday, we always short the market. 18 times on a Monday. If you had shorted on a Monday for the past 7 months, you would have been rewarded. I've made so much money on any given Monday. As you can see, any given Monday, apart from 2 occasions, I was profitable. Look at the odds. That's almost a 90% win rate. In 2022 bear market, Bitcoin went to the upper ranges. Unfortunately, on this occasion, we couldn't even head up to here. It looks like we are speed running this process. This took a little bit longer to the next capitulation moment. This, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're steamrolling it. If we break below this trend line and confirm and hold, ladies and gentlemen, then we're gonna start phase 2 of capitulation. This is a younger version of me 6 months ago, wanting some change, and this is what I said. We're forming a megaphone, yeah? And a megaphone is bearish, okay? It's actually bearish, it's not bullish, guys. We could do something like this, where we head up higher and then Something like this, guys, yeah? And that's all she wrote. If you look very closely, this is a megaphone, a huge, massive megaphone. And right over here is the very same megaphone. From here to here and here to here, we formed a megaphone. And if I zoom in, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be able to see that this has kissed this megaphone, this trend line right over here. This is major, major, major support, huge support. So the next area is at 58,000 US dollars. If it doesn't hold, then we're going to cascade even lower. We're going to zoom out on the higher time frames, and I like to call this segment Date with Destiny. Every time Bitcoin has always reclaimed these moving averages. In 2022, we broke down this moving average right over here. Example 1, we broken down. We always retest the next moving average. We closed underneath that moving average, and then once again we tested the next available moving average. Likewise, in the previous cycle in 2017, we tested this moving average. We couldn't hold. The bulls were pathetic in holding this line, and then again they were pathetic to hold this line, and then finally we formed a bottom. Every single cycle, we always have a date with destiny. It's programmed. We headed to this moving average right over here. We couldn't hold. We retested this moving average. We couldn't hold. And how pathetic. Then finally, we held, very close to the 300 weekly moving average. We are living in a simulation. Same thing applies to this vicious bear market. We have a negative in the golden support. Likewise, with every single bear market, we've had a negative on the golden support. Then we've tested this. We couldn't hold. How pathetic. And now we're going to retest the 300 weekly moving average, which is at 51,000 US dollars. If you want to gain in markets, if you want to have an edge, I'm being dead serious. Join our inner circle. No fluff. This is the real deal. This is the most important stage of the market. This is how you really make money. This is Ethereum. It looks picture perfect. Picture perfect. Last episode, I did say that we will bounce from here to here. Same thing happened, ladies and gentlemen. We had a massive bounce from here all the way till here of 16%. Right over here, ladies and gentlemen, from here, wick all the way to trough, we went up 18%. I know some of you are very slow. Now count with me. We had one red candle here. We have another red candle here, followed by a green candle here. And what do you notice? Another red candle here, followed by a green candle, followed by a red candle. And likewise, if we close today, it will be a red candle. I'm not making this up. I am not making this up. You just have to look at the right places. If we extrapolate this information, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more days until we see the final capitulation moment. As for Bitcoin, from here all the way till there, it took us 17 days. So from here to there, if we extrapolate that information, on Friday the 13th, we should see a drop. I warned all of you about the S&P 500. You didn't want to listen to me. You didn't want to listen to me. This is the yearly of SPX, and almost every midterm election, we've always seen a red candle. This was a red candle, massive red candle. Midterm elections, red candle. Midterm, red candle. We always see a red candle. This is no different, ladies and gentlemen. I know it looks like it's only down by -2%. However, if we really look underneath the hood, there's massive issues going on at the moment. Microsoft is down by almost 40%. We formed a double top, and look at us now. I did warn you. S&P, same thing, down a whopping. S&P down a whopping 42%. Palo Alto Network down a massive 40%. Palantir is underneath its golden support. It hasn't done this since 2021. Turned negative on the golden support, and this was a confirmation of a bear market. It's about to do the same thing on the weekly. It's down from year to date, from the very top to the trough, 40%. CRM, Salesforce. Look what we have here. It looks horrid. Looks absolutely horrid. This is a major breakdown. Major, 53%. This is everything inside the S&P 500. Coinbase, same thing. From here to there, down a whopping 68%. Robinhood, same thing. Down massively, broken past its golden support, about to turn negative, and it's down 54%. The biggest winners is gold. It's part of my portfolio. I speak about it in my inner circle. We're sitting in gold and silver. It's about to make all-time new highs. Congratulations to all of us. Everyone was saying that the silver trade is over, and look at us. And one more thing I want to mention, gold is about to spike up. It's not going to go down. If you want to really gain an edge, if you want to know where to buy Bitcoin, like the best possible areas to buy Bitcoin, it's not fair for me to tell you on the internet. I only tell this to my inner circle, where we buy the very or close to the very bottom. This is a game of patience, and we're going to buy and win, and we're going to be ahead of the curve.